All right, guys, so setting up this one mock scrape. It's gonna be a vine scrape, and I gotta go back and get it, but I'm gonna be using the Black Widow branch butter. I'll put that on. I won't show it in this video just because I forgot it. I gotta go back up to the house and get it, but I'm gonna put it on the bottom couple inches of the vine, and then I'll have a camera on this. Today's July 5th, and it'll be set up. It is, I don't know what time it is right now. It's pushing noon. So I'm gonna get this set up and I'll show you it. It's right here. So there's an oak tree. So this is one of the things. This oak tree right here sits kind of in the middle of the property on the high side. When we saw this tree, it was nearly a selling point on this property when we bought it. This tract is basically 7 acres, and we saw this oak tree and loved it. And it's kind of set up so the original owners here had this carport here, and I've got some junk under there, table, stand, T-post, so on. And they had basically where I'm standing right now, there was a swing, and they came and took the swing and left the carport, of course. And deer love this location. This tree, this is a white oak. It produces a ton of acorns, and I basically call this the magic tree. It's tremendous. I put a camera on it every year. It's produced tons of pictures, and there's a natural right here. This has produced a natural scrape, and this spot right here, because of its height, has produced a natural scrape. It's a little higher than I want. It's about chest height on me now with leaves. The spot over here where I'm going to hang this vine is neck high, so it's too tall. They will stand on their hind legs here and scrape on this. I've seen them in pictures. If anything, I'm gonna do something I've never seen before. So you heard it here first. I may tie a cinder block to this that'll pull this down and maybe give them a natural. However, with the vine scrape, I don't want to do that. I thought about doing it on this branch here too, but the vine scrape has worked in the past. 2 years ago, I put one here as dynamite. Last year, I did it. I think the stuff I used was no good. It was rancid. I kept it, used it again. I don't think it was any good, so they didn't touch it as much. So I'm gonna put a vine scrape right here. It's gonna hang right at waist high for me. And the deer, I would expect deer on it fairly quickly. I'm not getting a ton of pictures that excite me, so really don't know what to expect at this point. So I'm hoping this will maybe change that. Everything other than the one picture I have shared on Facebook of a deer up in my back plot that seemed to have a decent frame starting, and he looked old. His neck was already pretty large. I feel like he's older. Don't know what deer he is yet. And that's the only deer I've seen. The back plot has seemed to produce some pretty good pictures. The travel corridor that usually is pretty good is producing nothing but, looking like spikes and weird horns and just all kinds of weird stuff. So I haven't reached a point where any excitement is being presented, and really don't know what to expect yet. So, but let me get this vine scrape set up, and I'll show you what we're dealing with. All right, guys, I've got this cut the way I want it. So it's gonna be it's way long, but I'm gonna have it tied up to this branch right here behind me. This has been a killer spot for vines, and just scrapes in general. Even before the vine, they would hit this oak in the winter. This is a tremendous area. So up through there is a neighboring property which I lease. I have a lease agreement with the owner, and deer come across the road and they cut through here. If there's a scrape here or scent, the deer stop and hit this every single time. It's amazing. And as a small parcel, you have to watch for these spots. It doesn't matter where they fall. If they're using it, you need to use it. So behind me here, even though got all this stuff behind me. We're not back here much. And right behind, you can see right to the side of me there, I've got a box blind right there. That is, so even though there's a scrape right here, I've got a food plot within 70 yards of it, actually closer, and deer come through here. That is my observation tower. I use it, I archery hunt out of it with a crossbow. I muzzleload hunt out of it, and I've killed several deer from that location. I've only actually killed one deer from that blind, but that spot has produced a few deer. It's 150 yards to a shot that I feel comfortable with at the back plot. And it's from an archery location. I actually missed a deer archery last year. Not sure what happened. I'm not gonna talk about that, but it's produced and it will continue to produce. I can guarantee it. But I put it there as an observation. It just so happens that this is a tremendous travel spot that deer will come through. If they hit this, they walk along this cut grass, along the pond, and the farther I bring that cut up the property, the closer they get. I have eased that cut 40 yards. I used to go all the way down as far as I felt comfortable taking a zero turn. I brought it up this year. I will probably bring it up more next year. I'm doing stuff in phases. So something that some people may run into, especially with these smaller lands, you can get into zoning issues. I am zoned as a residential area, so letting stuff grow up can cause me issues. I've run into it before. I've got better neighbors now. This is nowhere near anybody's house. So I am able to do stuff for what I intended this property to be for, even though I knew it was residential. There are also state laws involved with things that I could go into a whole nother video about that we won't address today. But I'm doing stuff the right way. It also helps if you have neighbors that honestly are just good neighbors. They're not concerned about grass growing up 300 yards from their house. So anyways, I'm going to get this vine up. I'll show you these other things as the grass comes up again. There's a line, let me just show you. I don't know if the sun is gonna affect it. There we go. You can see that line of taller grass. That has moved up. I noticed last year, deer will hug that line. So I brought it up 40 yards. It's not gonna help me as far as archery goes, but that's the goal eventually, is I wanna bring that up to an archery level without impacting my tubed trees. I wanna keep those to where they can be basically no competition with them, to where they can get up. I'm having a lot of trouble with a few of these trees. I don't know if it's the rock in the ground or what's going on, but some of these trees aren't producing the way I want to. If they don't show signs this year, I'm evacuating them. I will let them go. Whatever happens, happens. I'll pull the tubes, I will move them. I'll move the tubes up to an area where trees are doing much better. I've got sawtooth oaks, chestnuts, and up here on this flat up here, I've got some pines that are doing fantastic. So if I can flood this top area with trees, which I initially thought I was gonna have to do, I'm okay with that. If I create a complete acorn, chestnut, maybe even a pecan orchard, some plums. I've got a plum thicket on the property here. If I can flood this area with that as a backup, great. But for now, this bowl down here, can't really tell from the picture, I don't think, but it really goes downhill quickly. Just about 15 feet from where I'm standing, it bowls out quickly down to the pond. And I'm gonna let that grow up. I'll be treating that. I'm not a big fan of the fire. I would love to use it. I'm just scared of it. So I won't burn a lot of this. I will do my treatments with herbicides once or twice a year, just depending. I want to get rid of some stuff. I want to create what I can through here, and then as stuff starts to grow up that I don't want, I will treat it individually. So, but let me get you back to the point of this video. We're gonna have a vine scrape here. I will have a trail camera on it, right behind the camera, and hopefully producing some pictures here shortly. All right, so with the leaves on the tree weighing it down, it's a little higher. It's a little lower than I want it to be. So I want to get that up, because even though it's full of leaves and it'll draw up, it's still way too low. So let me grab some clippers. All right, I got some loppers here. I'm going to cut this at the height ideally I want to shoot for. So I didn't have to take too much off of here. Looks like 10 inches I took off of it. Just a little above mid-thigh. Most people shoot for waist. Some people I see are a little shorter than I am. I'm about 6'1", so I'm not super tall, but I'm not short either. So shot for mid-waist, so as the leaves fall, it'll draw up. Right now the fawns should still be able to touch it and put their scent on it. So, and I've actually seen multiple fawns in the area with their mama. Very excited about it. Saw one yesterday that doesn't look very old. It's just barely standing. So as they come around here, I'm hoping they'll go ahead and hit this. Everyone's scent's welcome here. That's what you want. This isn't just for bucks. Every deer should be leaving their scent on this. So hopefully I've got some pictures to share real soon. But what I'll do, I'll get some of that branch butter and I'll just put it on a few inches of this, maybe 6 inches. And we'll see how it does. I've used the Code Blue Rack Rub. I think it's called Rack Rub in the past. The first year it did fine. It did well. Deer hit it. I saved it. I feel like it went rancid, ruined, and they did not hit these scrapes. So branch butter is coming. And we'll share the pictures on the Facebook page for sure. If I get a plethora of pictures, I'll create a video for the YouTube page. But it's pretty simple. You just want to make sure that, I'll bring you in closer here. When you tie these up, it's got a little bit of movement. It's not too stiff, but also it's not just, that's pretty good. It's not as tight as it could be, but it's just not going to flail. So I appreciate everyone checking in. If you would like and subscribe, and go check out our Facebook page, we would greatly appreciate it. we will continue to bring content, and amongst all the family health issues, we will continue to do what we can when we can, and we look forward to the fall and some relief from everything going on. So I appreciate everyone checking in. I appreciate those following, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, everyone.